wieder in Graz begrüßen zu dürfen, Toni. Das zweite Mal, voriges Jahr haben wir seinen Vortrag schon sehr genossen. Er ist in Ägypten, ist der Präsident von einem Verein für esoterische Studien. Er ist Buchautor, er ist spiritueller Researcher. Das ist dieser Verein Lataif al-Sharq Salon. Und in Österreich hat er gemeinsam mit der Sama, ist er jetzt auch Präsident des Vereines Human Inner Reason. Genau. Das ist auch ein Verein, der für Bewusstseinsforschung und innere Entwicklung zuständig ist. Also er ist sehr beschäftigt mit diesen ganzen spirituellen Studien. Er hat voriges Jahr er hat Graz erkundet mit seiner Feinfühligkeit, Medialität und hat die ganzen Energielinien erforscht, die Plätze und die Kreuzungen vom Kalvarienberg, von Schlossberg, von der Mur, von Schloss Eckenberg und hat uns das alles gezeigt. Hat auch Details an den Häusern, die ganze Symbolik uns beschrieben. War sehr, sehr interessant, hat auch einen historischen Abriss gemacht, war ein sehr umfassender, wirklich sehr tiefgehender Vortrag. Wir sind dann mit anderen Augen durch Graz gegangen. Heute wieder auf diesen Vortrag Bezug nehmen und heute ist das Thema eben Schamanismus und alte Heiltechniken, die auf der Basis von diesen ganzen Energieplätzen und Linien möglich waren. Er wird sagen, wie diese ganzen Sachen entstanden sind und ein bisschen was einfach von dem intuitiven Erfassen uns weitergeben. Wir haben heute leider nicht den Sohn von der Sama da, der hat voriges Jahr hervorragend übersetzt und wir haben Gott sei Dank unsere Freunde aus der Schweiz, die Gitta hat sich bereit erklärt, das zu helfen, aber wir haben gesagt, wir machen ein Translation Team, die meisten verstehen Englisch, wir werden das einfach inhaltlich ein bisschen übersetzen, die Gitta wird versuchen, wir werden einfach schauen, wie es geht und sonst lassen wir ihn einfach Englisch weiterreden, wir werden schauen, die Marike wird auch unterstützen. Wir schauen dann einfach, wie es funktioniert. Die Sama wollen wir bitte auch begrüßen, weil die macht immer die schönen Tagelkuchen. Und der zweite, die ist eben die Präsidentin, die andere zweite Präsidentin von diesem Verein HIH, Human Inner Horizon. Genau. Gut. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
For this wonderful effort and for this invite in the Theosophical Association, and I hope that everyone shall enjoy our lecture, and special thanks to the Association Human Inner Horizon, which is very interested about the Eastern spirituality and the mystic knowledge of East and the West, trying to link the East with the West with the ability to understand the real essence of mankind. Of course, special thanks to the Salon Lataif al-Sharq, or subtle energies of the East, which is a very important salon, interested also about spirituality and mysticism. Many members who are in this salon who are trying to seek the truth. Thank you very much, and now we shall proceed our lecture.
Ich glaube, jeder hat das verstanden. Okay, passt.
Ja.
Wir übersetzen nur, wenn irgendwas nicht
Of course, this lecture is part 2, because in the part 1 in 2025 we study the meaning spirituality in Graz. So we need spirituality of Graz. So we will going to actually make a review, fast review about the previous lecture, and then we shall enter the main essence or the main source or the main lecture, which is about shamanism and healing techniques according to Graz, and understanding the conscious of healing. What is the meaning of healing? What is the meaning of illusion and transmutation? All of this stuff is just techniques to help us to understand the real transmutation. The real transmutation. Okay, if you'd like to translate.
War es verständlich für alle?
Also es geht um Heilung und die wirkliche Verständnis der Transmutation.
Die Transformation.
Transformation.
Also er wiederholt jetzt also die letzten Teile, also macht einen kleinen Überblick vom vorigen Vortrag und er wird dann auf die schamanistischen Heiltechniken eingehen und eben auf die Möglichkeiten der Transformation.
Okay, let's proceed. So, I hope our time in this lecture can cover all of these points, which is very important. First, we're going to make a revision about previous lecture or mysticism and spiritual places in Graz, Austria. Second, we're going to understand the geometrical figures of this wonderful blessed land, like triangle of energy, like the reflective Orion or Orion belt as a stars or a star constellation in Graz. We're going to understand also River Moor and the mountain and the meaning of River Moor and other mountains in a spiritual form. Then we're going to discuss a little bit about electromagnetic nature of Graz energy lines, which we call it ley line or spiritual energetic line, through the nature of Graz and Steiermark. Here we're going in the fourth point, understand the law of imitation, myth and rituals. This is the inner technique which transforms the seeker of the truth to understand the meaning of God, the meaning of His divine entity. Then we're going to understand this concept, which we call it double nature of man, matter and soul. Also speaking about, briefly of course, about self-illumination and initiation through Schlossbel, relationship with Kabbalah, tree of life. Then we're going to discuss the Celtic Christian interpretation of the same energy and how the dramatic initiation have different consul, have different form from Celtic to Christian, but with the same power, the same energy. Then we're going to discuss a very, very, very important definition, and I think this is the conclusion of our lecture. We call it the messenger of divine, or death and immortality, or three corpses. Three corpses is a very important definition in the Far East, in Taoism. We also going to speak about it. Then, at the final stage of our lecture, we're going to see how we can use sound as a meditation. Of course, also we have Gong. Elizabeth is a professional in Gong meditation. She can help us in this stuff, and other tools which can be used as helpful elements and tools for healing and meditation. So,
Wollt ihr das, sollen wir das kurz übersetzen? Nein? Alles klar?
Das wohl geschrieben.
Okay, klasse.
if you'd like to translate, no problem. I'm going to slow down.
Wollt ihr Translation?
If you need any translation.
Okay, dann ich mach schnell. Wie können wir das jetzt? Okay, also zuerst, erster Punkt ist die Wiederholung von dem vorigen Vortrag. Da ist es um die Energielinie gegangen. Der zweite Punkt, das sind die geometrischen Figuren von der Landschaft. Das ist das Dreieck, das Energiedreieck mit Orion, mit dem Stern und der Mur und den Bergen. Der dritte Punkt ist das elektromagnetische Feld von den Energielinien in Graz, das durch die Natur von ganz Graz und der Steiermark zieht. Das vierte, das ist das Gesetz der Imitation, der Nachahmung der Mythen und die Rituale. Der 5. Punkt ist die doppelte Natur der Menschen. Es geht um Materie und Seele. Der 6. Punkt ist die Erleuchtung, die Selbstillumination und die Einweihung durch den Schlossberg in Bezug auf den Baum der Kabbala, also den Baum des Lebens der Kabbala. 7. stellt er einen Bezug her zwischen keltischer und christlicher Kultur, und es ist eine neue Interpretation von der gleichen Energie, also beides haben die gleiche Energie. Das 8. ist, das sind die 3, das hat er betont, die 3 göttlichen Boten des Todes, und dann hat er diese 3 Sachen, diese 3 Korpses, das sind die 3 unsterblichen Leichname sozusagen. Also die 3, und das hat eine Bedeutung im Taoismus, und er wird von diesen 3 göttlichen Boten sprechen. Und zum Schluss gibt es eine Meditation in Bezug mit auch auf Frequenzen und Sound. Also.
Okay, let's go to our lecture. Actually, in the previous lecture, this is a speed revision about the last lecture. Here, we were speaking about this journey which tried to explore the living of mysticism embedded in the air and the land of historical location, and actually this location is Graz. So in the last journey, or in the last lecture, we studied Steiermark, Schlossberg, Graz, River Moor, rituals, statue of Saint Nicholas, which is very important actually, the place of Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas is Santa Claus. Saint Nicholas is miracle makers. Miracle makers. Santa Claus is the one who gives gifts, orders. Santa Claus have elves in the North Pole, and his elves in North Pole help him to do this miracle, to make what we call it manifestation, energy manifestation. Also, we study the symbolic architect of Eggenberg Palace or Eggenberg Temple, because in my opinion, as we told you before, Eggenberg is not a palace. Eggenberg is a sacred place. It's a temple made as a new temple on the Celtic temple, or the ancient Celtic temple.
Okay.
And we make an esoteric summary combining the spiritual dimension of all of these sites. We speak about, of course, Schlossberg.
Sollen wir es übersetzen? Ist alles okay?
Okay, you can translate if you like.
It's okay.
We speak about Schlossberg and how this Schlossberg is a very important stone, which is already have unique characteristics, like having the polarization or the effect of piezoelectric. And this effect of piezoelectric is very important because change sound to electrical wave. This electrical wave is also can communicate with the human aura. So Schlossberg is a temple also. It's a stone. And this stone I can vibrate, having the resonance by the sounds of hymens, sounds of music, sounds of souls. And also we check in Schlossberg the staircase which represent the steps of transmutation, the steps of illumination, the steps of initiation. At the end of Schlossberg, you're going to see the Church of Trinity, which represents saving, salvation, and the clock. And this clock represents time, and time here represents the transmutation of power of nature to something life, to something we can find out. We speak also about the origin of Styria and Graz. This is actually was very important in the last lecture. The word Graz from Slovenian Gradek, meaning fortress city, a small castle. Some theories suggest the old German Graz castle reflects the city origin as a fortified settlement on the rock. So, the city itself means the rock. And the rock is a very important element of nature, which is stable, which is powerful, which according to it we can find the meaning of other elements. What about Styria and Steiermark? From the old German Steiermark, Steier means to direct, and Mark means boundaries. So it refers to a historical border region named after the 11th century Styria or Castle Styria. The relation is a mix of Celtic, Roman, Germanic and Slovene influences. Steiermark, in a spiritual way, we speak about it in a different way. Stera or Steiermark from stereo. We all know stereo. What is a stereo? Stereo, the sound. High sound. Or the balanced sound. Styria is the balanced sound or the balanced harmony of frequency. So, Styria, mark means boundaries. So we have now the boundaries of resonance, the boundaries of frequency, the boundaries of voice. Which voice? We're going to find out it's a voice of spirit. It's a voice of nature. It's a voice of the main essence of this place. We speak about more river. Is linked to many actually traditions. One of it is Celtic goddess Mor or Mora. Of course, there is many Roman worship later as a Christian monsters in the shores of this river. Also, there is a lot of Celtic traditions, ceremonies made over this river. This river represents the balance between yin and yang. This river represents the flow of the spirit, the flow of life. This is very important, not only in Graz, but in the entire world. The entire world, when we see nature, we must understand the following. Very important point. We have mountains and we have rivers. Rivers are the flow of spirits, gathered in a pure way. Water can have the memory of souls, have the ability to have the memory of energy. So we have this flow, but this flow doesn't manifest, have everything, have all spirits, have all voices, have all memories, have all energies. When suddenly coming across the mountain, something else happened. This effect, we call it manifestation. So the rocks of the mountain choose spirits from the water and choose to make what we call it spirit manifestation. Spirit manifestation. Mountains are a womb. You know female womb? We all know female womb. It's something, the source actually of creation. Mountain also is a womb. Womb of consciousness, of mind, of logic, of spiritual power. For this reason, we can find out in Christianity or in Judaism a lot of stories about meeting God with prophets. Moses met God over the mountain. Jesus have been tried over the mountain. Why? Because the mountain is a being. The mountain is a conscious being. It's a being who understands a feeling. And this feeling emerge, becoming higher, when the river came along and touched this mountain. Came along and touched this mountain. course, all of this stuff from the old lecture, so I'm going to be a little bit speedy. Here, St. Nicholas of Myra. St. Nicholas, of course, was 2070 to 343 AD. He was a great bishop of Myra, modern day in Turkey, known for his miracles, sacred gifts giving, which formed the basis for the modern figure of Santa Claus. He is a patron saint of sailors. He was known to distribute money at nights. And his feast day is December the 6th. We have a statue here in Graz, his honor in the Graz Nicholas Plaza. Here we have a wonderful actually picture of this statue. It's a modern one, by the way. This is not old, it's not an ancient statue, but have a lot of meaning. We can find here St. Nicholas holding something in his hand. He's not holding the stick itself. No, he's holding chains. And behind the chains, we have the hand. Why? Why the artist makes this figure? The artist maybe didn't know the meaning. He has the message. He has the message here. He has the message in his heart, in his soul. Because actually he did something very, very powerful. So he is holding chains of self. And the chains of self, with a stick of light, can tame the devils inside and make the man free, make the man have light again.
Hast du verstanden? Habt ihr es verstanden? Alles okay? Sie? Du sagst, wenn du Übersetzung brauchst. Also er haltet nicht den Stab, sondern er haltet diese Kette. Und diese Kette, ja, also er hat es dann so gesagt, dass das auch für, das ist sozusagen der negative Anteil, die Dämonen in uns werden sozusagen zusammengehalten und in der Mitte ist dieser Lichtstab.
Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed. Okay. Also, we speak about Eggenberg, which is a very important place. The name Eggenberg means, the spiritual meaning of it is Egen, this is the root of it, and can interpret it in different meaning. In Germanic mean protect, protection, or boundaries, or edge. In Celtic mean echoes, concepts of sacred age or zones where spiritual growth occur. In esoteric, which is most important, mean the balance and harmony. Gateway to inner wisdom and the higher consciousness.
Kurz übersetzen?
Ja.
Kurz übersetzen. Also in Deutsch heißt es einfach, bedeutet Eckenberg Schutz und Grenzen und die Ecke, also die Edge, das ist die Abrisskante zwischen den Welten. Im Keltischen bedeutet das
sakrale Randzonen, wo spirituelles Wachstum passiert.
Genau.
Und da ist es die Balance.
Genau, im Esoterischen bedeutet es die Balance zwischen der
Harmonie und das Tor zur inneren Weisheit
und höheren Bewusstsein.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to the next part, which trying to discuss the meaning of Eggenberg Palace. As I told you before, it's not only a palace, it's a cosmic model. It's a temple.
Also Eggenberg ist ein Tempel. Das ist kein Schloss, sondern es ist ein Tempel.
Actually, if anyone have time to visit Eggenberg Palace, there is a wonderful video. It's an introduction video at the entering of Eggenberg. Represent all of what I'm speaking about. And actually, he say the following: this place is the sacred stone the alchemical stone of the area.
Also wenn man hinkommt, gibt es ein Video beim Eingang und die sagen, dass das ein heiliger Platz ist, ein heiliger Stein. Habe ich das richtig verstanden?
Ja.
Einfach ein heiliger Platz. Auf alle Fälle sagt er nicht, dass es ein Schloss ist, sondern ein Tempel. Genau.
Okay, so this place is built why? Why
Observatorium.
Sir Orlish built this von Eggenberg built this wonderful place. Built to be majestic expression of the cosmos. Again, it's built to be a majestic expression of the cosmos. Eggenberg Palace is a masterpiece of mathematical and chronicle symbolism. Its entire design reflects the value of time, season, 4 elements, and functioning as a new kind of temple or astronomical observatory.
Translation.
Ja, es ist also ein Ausdruck des Kosmos und es ist ein Meisterwerk mathematischer und chronologischen Symbols und es spiegelt den Wert der Zeit, der Jahreszeiten, der Elemente und es dient als ein neuer Ort Tempel eines astronomischen Observatoriums.
Okay. Why? We can see a lot of stuff very interesting in this palace. For example, how many windows in the palace? There is 365 windows. And of course 365 are number of days in the year. And one of each day of year representing the annual cycle. How many windows? Also we have 52 windows on the other side, or in the first floor, which represents the piano noble and represents the weeks in a year. 52 is a very important number. Even in esoteric and mystic spirituality, 52 is very, very important. We have 24 staterooms, and of course 24 here represent number of hours a day. We have 4 towers, and of course our 4 towers represent the 4 seasons. And the most wonderful engineering of architect of this place is when we see that every season have the ability to illuminate one of these towers. So it's made in a very specific engineering, in a very difficult and spiritual engineering. Of course, the 4 towers also represent the 4 elements. Philosophically, we have 5 elements. 4 represent the materialistic elements: fire, water, earth, and air. The 5th element is soul or spirit. So if I master the 4 elements, then the 5th element will going to resign or going to manifest in this place. Also, we have many wonderful and fascinating stuff in this palace. This palace is made on golden ratio. The golden ratio is a specific number, and this number is very spiritual and mystic.
What is the number?
Golden ratio. It's a philosophical number.
Der goldene Schnitt.
Golden ratio, yes, which is the
Der
number of
goldene
beauty.
Schnitt, okay.
Number of beauty, number of manifesting, number of creation.
Es gibt
Here
auch-
is the whole planets. If you need to translate, no problem. If you need to translate anything. The whole of planets here is a wonderful place in the Eggenberg Palace, which represent the magnificent hall, connect the architectural and painted programs with the ceiling. And this ceiling with the 7 classical planets, which also symbolize the 7 alchemical metals, days of the week, am the key member of Eggenberg family. The walls are adorned with the 12 signs of zodiac and completing the cosmic story.
Okay.
So it is making symbols. The palace is symbols. The windows are symbols. Doors are symbols. Hall are symbols. Painting are symbols. Why? Why doing all of this? Because this is the right way to summon, again, to summon the spirits. This is what elders do in Egypt when they build the pyramids. And this is what elders do, like Celtic, when they build their temples.
Kurze Übersetzung, please. Du musst es übersetzen.
Of course.
Oder dann,
Ja.
man braucht ja nicht sinngemäß, dass das die
Also
Planetenhalle.
ja, also das Zentrum des Schlosses verbindet Architektur und gemalte Programme. Die Decke zeigt Malereien der 7 klassischen Planeten, die auch die 7 alchemistischen Metalle symbolisieren, die Tage der Woche und die Zahl der Mitglieder der Familie Eggenberg. Die Wände sind mit den 12 Zeichen des Zodiacs, mit den 12 Sternzeichen gestaltet und vervollständigen so das kosmische Werk.
Okay, excellent. So, we have of course some pictures of Eggenberg. It's a wonderful place. We hear this wonderful peacock, which represent of the kingdom of heaven. This bird is very important spirituality.
King of Heaven.
Yeah.
Kingdom of Heaven.
Kingdom of heaven. Yes.
Kingdom of Heaven.
Yes.
Also
Kingdom of heaven.
Das Königreich
This
des
creature
Himmels.
is very unique. Have eyes, a lot of eyes, and represent an entity. This entity is a spiritual entity. This entity is the king, or the ability to reach spirituality in a very higher way. For this reason, all kings over the world have this bird in his gardens. All kingdom of the world like to have a relation with this figure.
Yes, and the feathers.
This
They use
feather.
the feathers. The kings use the feathers.
Yeah, the king used the feathers. Exactly.
Also der Pfau ist ein Symbol für ein höheres Bewusstsein mit diesen vielen Augen. Und die Könige haben immer die Pfau so im Garten gehabt und sie haben auch diese Federn. Es ist auch bei den spirituellen Meistern, die verwenden die Federn der Pfau. Also das ist ein sehr spirituelles Tier oder Symbol für Spiritualität.
I have to say something because we were living in the country for a while and we had a lot of peacocks and we were kind of breeding them because we didn't find them when they had their eggs and we had so many, like it was 23 I think, and we brought I don't know how many, 10 or 12 to Schloss Eggenberg.
Really?
Yes, some years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one of ours.
There is no constance then.
Your baby peacock.
Lots of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Peacock actually is a very, in Eastern tradition, also represent spirituality in a very, very deep way. In a very, very deep way. Here, as we actually mentioned in the last visit, I found out something like rocks over the Eggenberg garden, and I think these rocks are relics or spares of the ancient temple in this place. Because Eggenberg is made over the Celtic temple, old Celtic temple.
Also Eggenberg wurde erbaut, das waren alles diese Steine, waren diese Steine vom alten keltischen Tempel. Auf Basis eines alten keltischen Tempels wurde Eggenberg das Schloss erbaut.
Also I found this tree, you speak about this tree which is very unique, and it seemed to be that the branches of this tree have something extremely unique, power. And this power give the sign or give the order to this tree to be such like this way.
Also dieser Baum hat was Besonderes, weil er diese Energie sozusagen, der hier sammelt in diesem Gebiet.
Of course, we spoke about alchemical test because I think Eggenberg was a place of a very unique alchemical experience or experiments there. In such like these places, we study God. This is very important.
Also da in Eggenberg, an diesem Platz haben sie das Göttliche studiert und auch diese Alchemie sozusagen praktiziert.
We study God, we study heaven, we study stars, we study alchemy, we study all researches which give us a new hint about the hidden truths. This is actually the right tools or the right purpose of Eggenberg.
Also der zweite von Schloss Eggenberg, magst du sagen?
Oder Hinweise für versteckte Wahrheiten,
Of course,
geheime Wahrheiten.
we speak also about Schlossberg again. We back to Schlossberg. There is a lot of stuff like Trinity Church, House of Faces, which actually was trying to transmute the man from face to face, from place to place, from level to level. But we're not going to discuss it because there's a lot of information about this stuff. It was in the last lecture. Let's see general conclusion, which is very important. What is different between the mountain and the river? As we told you before, the river represents the flow of life, the spirit, the consciousness, the path where matter ferment to create a spiritual mutation and receive divine blessing. The mountain is different, and here we have Schlossberg. Represents the temple itself. Represents the man consciousness when rise from the material to understand the secret of heaven and soul, and achieving purity and alignment. Flow, souls, and womb. As we told you before, flow of life and womb.
Kurze Übersetzung. Ja. Kurze Übersetzung, bitte.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ja, der Berg repräsentiert den Tempel des Aufstiegs, wo das menschliche Bewusstsein vom Materiellen, die Geheimnisse des Himmels um die Geheimnisse des Himmels und der Seele zu verstehen und Reinheit und Erleuchtung zu erreichen. Und der Fluss repräsentiert den Fluss des Lebens, des Geistes und des Bewusstseins. Und es ist der Pfad, wo das Materielle fermentiert, um die spirituelle Wandlung zu vollziehen und göttlichen Segen zu erhalten.
Und der Berg, den bezeichnet er sozusagen als Mutterleib immer.
Ja,
Als Mutterleib, also Wurm ist der Mutterleib. Er sagt immer, der Berg ist der Mutterleib. Und wenn das hat er vorher erklärt, wenn der Fluss, der Mur sozusagen den Berg trifft, dann kommen diese zwei Energien zusammen, was den Berg sozusagen beliebt.
Let us now get more deep. This is the second two of the lecture, which is very important. Now we're going to understand some new stuff. The geometrical figures of this wonderful sacred land, Graz, and the triangle of energy. When actually I paint a triangle over Graz, I found the following. I found we have approximately a unique triangle between 3 points. First point is Schlossberg. Second point is Eggenberg. Third point is the Calivarian rock. Here we have the following. Schlossberg represent transmutation, represent the leveling with spirits. This is Schlossberg. And here we cannot transmit, it's only for receiving. Schlossberg is made for receiving. Receiving. The Calivarian is made for transmitting. Transmitting signals. For this reason, we have a church in Calivarian. We have 3 crosses like Calivarian. Why we have 3 crosses? Why we have a church? Because I cannot receive, I cannot transmit without faith. And here the faith is Christian. So, by the Christian faith, I'm sending love. I'm sending messages. I'm sending spiritual power. But Schlossberg, no. Schlossberg, we transmit power. Take power because this power is going to level you from the bottom to the higher conscious. So, the first point is Schlossberg, and this is for receiving. This is for transmission. And here in the West, we have balance. It's balance between 2 waves. Here I can transmit, here I can receive, and here I can understand. For this reason, Schlossberg, Eggenberg is very important. Because this is the place which can have all cosmic vibration from the triangle. And for this reason, I have palace. This palace is made in a cosmic definition.
Also es ist der Schlossberg, der empfängt, der Kalvarienberg, der sendet. Und deswegen ist dort die Kirche und die 3 Kreuze, weil für Senden braucht man sehr viel Vertrauen. Und im 3. Punkt des Dreiecks, da ist im Schloss Eckenberg und da kommen diese ganzen Spirit, das ist der Ausgleich und dort kommen diese spirituellen Kräfte zusammen.
Okay, let's proceed.
Just one question.
Of course.
I see here Schlossberg, there's the triangle in the south.
Yeah.
The edge is this about clock tower or
Yeah, the clock tower, yes. Yeah. Because actually the Schlossberg is a big place and have many entrances. This point exactly, I think it's more close to the clock tower. Exactly. Exactly. Why the clock? Because as we said before, the clock is a pyramid. If you see the clock tower over Schlossberg, you'll see the figure itself looks like pyramid. Why? Because this figure can harmony and gather all frequency coming from Schlossberg itself. For this reason, we found out in the Schlossberg the cavities. There is a lot of cavities within Schlossberg. Why? And it was very sacred in the old times. Because actually, Celtics going over this cavity and make sounds, make hymns, make traditions. And according to these traditions, according to these hymns, they have frequency. They have frequency. Because this is a place of what? Of receiving.
Okay, also es ist, der Schlossberg hat ganz viele Höhlen innen und die Kelten haben diese Höhlen genutzt, um mit Frequenzen zu arbeiten. Die haben dort ihre ganzen Sachen gemacht, sozusagen.
Okay, and this is also a very important point. River Moor, we can see that this triangle is tangent with River Moor. River Moor like a snake here. And this snake is tangent to this triangle, to what? To having these signals from Schlossberg to Caliveri. But it could be coincidence. Why not? It could be hallucination of me. Why not? Only then I tried to seek the old legend. This legend is about the devil who threw the two stones. And these two stones was Schlossberg and the Caliveri.
Also er hat erklärt, dass da hier die Mur genau hier entlang
Wie eine Schlange.
schlängelt sich wie eine Schlange, und dann hat er den Bezug hergestellt zu dieser alten Legende, wo, ich glaube, das ist der Teufel, der dann fliegt und dann die Steine hinunterfliegen lässt, und genauso das eine ist der Kalvarienberg und das andere ist der Schlossberg, und durch diese Mur gibt es diese Verbindung auch.
Also we can find a very important definition here. This definition is about Orion. The Orion belt here is Orion belt, the central one. Orion belt is made by 3 points or 3 stars. The Orion belt in esoteric and mystic tradition represents the house of God, or the house of Isis and Osiris, and was a very important constellation for all priests in the ancient time. Always try to seek Orion because they know that there is a communication between the man and God in this Orion belt, in this wonderful place. And they try to reflect these stars on earth, such like the Pyramid of Giza. 3 pyramids of Giza are also trying to be a reflect of this Orion belt. This Orion belt like Akashic record, like the store of ancient spiritual records. You can translate if you want.
Also, Orion, also der Orion repräsentiert das Haus Gottes. Und steht auch in Bezug mit den Pyramiden. Und was war noch?
Das war eine wichtige Konstellation für die Hohepriester früher.
Ja, genau, das war immer für die Hohenpriester ganz wichtiges Sternbild.
And here in Graz, I noticed a very important thing. Always I find Orion over Graz. Always.
Ich habe immer den Orion über Graz gefunden, dieses Sternbild.
So,
Osiris und Isis.
Orion is also
Osiris
Isis.
Genau.
yeah, Orion also is related with Sirius. And the star of Sirius is very important
Sirius.
because Sirius is a star of Isis. Isis is linked with Moor.
Isis. Das ist
Isis.
Isis. Das ist der Orion ist verbunden
Mit Isis.
mit
Isis is linked with Moor. Moor as a river. Because Moor as a river related to Minerva. And Minerva is a reflector of Isis. So there is a relation between both.
Ja, also zwischen Minerva, Isis und der Moor, das gehört irgendwie zusammen. Diese Gottheiten können mit dem Fluss zusammen.
So we have the same 3 points in this map, which represent again, Schlossberg, the Franciscan Church, and the statue of Nicholas Platz. When we have a picture, this wonderful picture actually is very close. Here we can find that they are approximately in the straight line.
Ja, das ist diese eine Linie, das ist
Why?
Like Orion.
Like Orion, exactly. And finally, I can see Sebit or Sirius. And Sirius here is the one who controls the river. You know, in Egypt, the Nile also always become flooded when Sebdet emit. So there is always a relation between stars and us. As Hermes say, this is an hermetic law. As up, so below. As up, as above, so below.
So oben, so unten.
Ja, das ist das.
Schlossberg have primitive energy. This is very important. A primitive energy. This energy going to the pyramid.
Pyramidenenergie.
Okay, I'll slow down just a little bit.
Ja. Also die
I
oben
have
so
to translate.
unten. Magst du sagen?
Ja, na,
Ja, also er
So
hat
wie
nur
oben.
gesagt, dass dieses Gesetz von Hermes Trismegistus wie oben so unten, dass das Sternbild des Orion sich da spiegelt in dieser Achse, dass das ganz wichtig ist und dass der Schlossberg Pyramidenenergie in sich trägt. Und es ist immer so, dass da eine Einwirkung ist von dem Sternbild von oben und unten mit diesen Energielinien.
Okay.
in Verbindung mit dem Fluss, mit
Ja,
dem
genau.
Nil.
Ja, beim Nil ist das Gleiche. Also in Ägypten ist es auch so, dass das Sternbild eben mit dem Fluss und diese Überschwemmungen, dass das irgendwie zusammenhängt und das ist bei uns in Graz ist mit Orion und mit dieser Linie her.
You can find the ray coming from the clock, circle of the clock, to circle of the clock in what? In Franciscan. Until it reach the holy stick of St. Nicholas. This is the line which we are speaking about. First, of primitive energy. The Franciscan is represent the emotional energy, and the Nicholas represent manifested energy. This is the way we are speaking about. Symbols.
Ja, also die Linie geht vom Uhrturm zu der Uhr zur Franziskanerkirche und dann zu dem Stick von dem Nikolaus und dort wie diese Energie sozusagen manifest wird. So ist es verstanden.
Also
Das ist der,
die mittlere Energie
Der
ist
Nikolaus.
emotionale,
ja, das ist auf der
das
anderen
ist
Seite bei Oma
manifestiert
Flicker.
und Schlossberg
Nach
ist
weiter.
Nach dem Weiter.
Urturm.
Beside the Nicholas statue, there is a street. This street called Noah Ark.
Was? Achenur?
Noah Ark.
Achenur?
Yeah, Noah.
Noah, Achenur.
Noah Ark.
Ja,
Noah Ark. What does it mean, Noah Ark? This is a legacy. This is a representation of manifestation, which also represents what? Saint Nicholas. The third part of this lecture is about electromagnetic nature of Graz energy line through the nature of Graz and Steiermark. Of course, this picture actually have made with a spiritual researcher who understand the ley line of Earth and find out that Schlossberg have a lot of ley lines, or emit ley line. What does it mean, ley line? Any man have a meridian, have what we call it line of energy, and chakras. Chakras are centers of energy in the man, and the meridians are the link between these chakras. Our Earth is a life being. This life being have also lines, have also meridians, have a lines of energy. What is meaning of line of energy? I'll give you a very good example for this to understand the ley line. All of us, actually, we have a journey with plane, isn't it? We have plane, visit a place to another place with a plane voyage. This plane need what? An airport. This airport needs light on the ground. The ley line are the light of the airport for spirit, for the soul. So our earth is dark because spirits cannot see like us. They can see with energy. And ley lines are the airport light to guide these spirits to touch us, to be with us. For this reason, we can find that all ley lines are the pyramids, the temples, the churches, the mountains, in a very unique places, have this resonance to absorb energy, to recall souls and spirits. So our Schlossberg have many ley lines, and these ley lines represent the ability to channels to recall souls and spirits. Also Eggenberg have the same view, have the same situation. Why? Because actually the material itself, which is made by Schlossberg and Calivarium, is very unique.
Also es ist so, dass so wie die beim Menschen die Meridiane, kann man das noch ein bisschen runter tun?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, thank you. Also so wie beim Menschen die Meridiane gibt es die Leylinien und diese Leylinien wurden da eingezeichnet von Schlossberg, hat ganz viele Leylinien, auch Schloss Eckenberg, und das kann man sich vorstellen wie auf einem Flughafen, wo das Flugzeug kommt und sich orientiert an diesen Punkten, damit es landen kann, ist es für die Spirits, auch für die ganzen Energien, sind das sozusagen ist das der Flugplatz, wo diese Energien sich orientieren können, oder wie er sagt, die Spirits.
Let's proceed. Here we're going to speak about the law of imitation, myth and rituals. There is a wonderful artist, he's a Slovenian, and he's spiritual, called Marko Bukiknik, and he says the following: Graz is a holy city that denies its sanctity. This is true.
Also Graz ist eine heilige Stadt, die ihre Heiligkeit verleugnet.
So, something very holy, but try to hide itself. Like a very rich man, but he's trying not to anyone find that he is rich. It is a lot of money. Graz is holy, but only give this holiness to who deserve. When you deserve it, you have this holiness. Like the truth. Truth is hidden, but it's clearly in plain sight. It's hidden for everyone. But in plain sight, I can make a relation. I can make the figure. I can find the power of energy, which give me the direction to the secrets of holiness of this place. Of course, I agree totally with him. Here we're speaking about the legends, because in this part we're speaking about legend and myth. Of course, we say this part before, but we're going to understand it in a different way. There is a local legend. It's very ancient in Graz. Says the following: the devil created Schlossberg. He promised the people of Graz to make their local mountain higher in exchange for the soul of the first person who climbed Schockel rock. And on his return with the giant rock, he saw an eastern procession. Realizing he had no power over souls on that holy day, he threw the rock at the town in a fit of rage, and it split into two parts. The larger become Schlossberg, and the smaller become the Austin or Calivarian hell. What is the meaning of this? The devil trying to test the mankind. When he found the mankind are full of love and belief in God, he threw his gift and split it into two parts, represent Schlossberg and Caliveri. He was a green hunter. And this green hunter is the meaning of the true experience of the mankind to understand the meaning of transmutation. So,
What is
Green Hunter?
Green Hunter?
yeah,
What
the
is
devil
it?
here is a green hunter as
Green
a legend of Schlossberg. He is the one who tried to test the soul.
Mhm.
He's not a devil. He's not a devil at all. He is a higher self. The higher self of Graz itself.
Also der Teufel ist eigentlich höheres Selbst und er ist nicht wirklich der Teufel, sondern er hat einfach die Menschheit getestet.
Ja.
Und wenn wie die Osterprozession vorbeigegangen ist, hat er gesehen, dass die sozusagen im Vertrauen und gut ausgerichtet sind, und dann hat er die Steine sozusagen fallen lassen.
In 2 Teile, ja.
Yeah. Maybe this means that this rocks is coming from heaven as a meteor or something like this, and have this magnetic and power and volcanic rocks. Maybe, of course, this is a scientific translation of the legend, but the legend mystically have another meaning. What is this meaning? This meaning that the man have now the ability to test himself with a true way or true process of transmutation, of initiation, to have the higher conscious. To have the higher conscious. So, this actually was the conclusion of this transmutation or this education, and this symbolic of 3 stages or 3 rocks. First, the man should die and experience test and experience ordeals to ascend, or as we call it in the mystic schools, the darkest night of soul. The darkest night of soul means the true experience, the true ordeal, the true death of his self, the true death of his ego. And this happened exactly in Schlossberg. Schlossberg, you're getting fear, you're getting voice, because you accept science, you understand your true self. You die for the old self and overcoming the inner trials.
Kurze Übersetzung. Also das Schlossberg symbolisiert die dunkle Nacht der Seele, wo das Ego sozusagen herausgefordert ist, dass das Ego stirbt. Und anscheinend hat der Schlossberg diese Energie, wenn man dort ist, dass man auch diese Angst spürt und dass diese Energie dieser Transformation dort unterstützt wird. Test und Tod, genau.
The second part is about Franciscan Church, and actually we saw in Franciscan mosaic a lot of glasses which represent the story of Sophia. So in the Franciscan Church represents the rebirth. First I died, second I rebirth, third I will be enlightened, or I will be master of my own. So I need to die, I need to rebirth, and third I'm going to master myself to make the alchemical gold. And here we're speaking about symbol, of course, Saint Nicholas. Symbol of Saint Nicholas. Again, the picture which represents the steps of elimination from the primitive power, death, to the conscious and the feeling with faith, the ability to be ascended, and the third is manifesting power in the representation of Saint Nicholas.
Can you please go back
Of course.
for the enlightenment? Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, most welcome. So we hear spiritual gold or enlightenment linking to the river history of the real world. The second part, which is very related to religions and myths, because here we're speaking about myths of Schlossberg. This wonderful picture, which is approximately the same between the rock of Schlossberg and taming of the elephant. Schlossberg have a staircase. This staircase is the same like the way or the journey of the black elephant in this Tibet painting, which represents the taming of the self. Elephant is the self, monkey is the mind, and the monk at the beginning of the journey represents the soul. Three: spirit, the self, and the mind. At the half of his way, every part of the mankind, of the human, we're going to be cleansed, going to be white, to be transmuted from black to white. Every part of the man's soul will have his way. For example, we're going to find the monkey over the tree of life. Monkey here represents consciousness, in mind, in logic. The elephant, or the spirit, we're going to have a wonderful place in the higher of the kingdom of heaven. And all of this process must happen in the presence of water. And the water here represents River Moor in our case. Mountain at the top of this wonderful Buddhic Tibet painting, and river, water. Mountains and water. Schlossberg and Moor. And the same way we can see it in the staircase of Schlossberg. Which mean in Schlossberg, if you coming up on this staircase, you're going to be purified, like the elephant. And at the end of the tour, you will have the time castle, which here in the Tibet painting represents heaven, or the kingdom of heaven. Over the Schlossberg, there is a wonderful place, and there is a theater now. It's a modern theater. Of course, all of you saw this theater. It's not a theater. It's a place for enlightenment. It's a place for highness. It's a place for testing or spirits in heaven.
The theater, die Kasematten, the theater on the Schlossberg is called Kasematten. You the Kasematten.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay. Also hat es so gemacht, hat jetzt diesen Schlossbergaufgang verglichen und in Beziehung gesetzt zu diesem alten tibetischen, symbolischen, ganz bekannten Bild, wo da unten, man sieht den Elefant, der grau ist, dann sieht man den kleinen Affen und man sieht hinten den Mönch. Der Elefant steht für Selbst, der Affe steht für den Monkey Mind, für den ruhelosen Verstand, und dahinter ist der Mönch, der für das höhere Selbst steht. Und man sieht, je weiter er sich entwickelt, je weiter die Transformation ist, desto weißer wird der Elefant. Das heißt, der Elefant, das Selbst, das wird gereinigt, wird immer durchlichteter, bis er oben die Erleuchtung erlangt. Und irgendwann sieht man auch, dass dieser Monkey Mind dann ganz zahm neben den Elefanten sozusagen.
Also ich habe es verstanden, dass der Affe für das Bewusste ist.
Nein, das ist Monkey Mind. Ja,
Ja,
ist ja Monkey.
Nein,
Ist ganz sicher.
Consciousness.
The monkey mind is logic. This logic must elevate it to the level of consciousness. For this reason, it began like the red monkey. This is a monkey mind. This is hallucinated. This is an egoistic, very egoistic thoughts. But these egoistic thoughts can be transferred to consciousness. The white monkey. The black self or the black elephant is us. It's a self full of ego, full of ego, full of envy. All of this, when going to be purified, I'll reach something else, satisfied and enlightened self. Everything begins with the different side, the different polarity. And with the way of initiation, in the way of elevation, we're going to reach the higher level or the level of the right stuff. The monkey become a part of what? Of the tree of life. So it's become a part of the Akashic record. Become a part of Akashic record or of the tree of life, having the fruit, then become something like consciousness, something like an idea, something like thought. So, what is the meaning of this painting? Which is the same, like Schlossberg. You're going to be trained, you're going to be enlightened. Your logic, your little logic, will be high, you'll be widened, you'll be enlightened, until you reach the cosmic consciousness itself. Yourself, which is very not pure, we're going to be die, we're going to change, to enlighten, to be purified, until you reach this wonderful white elephant. And in this case, we see something unique. The monk, which represents the higher self, now can jump over the elephant. The higher self now can use the self. But here, cannot use the self. Just, hitting the self with knots, hitting the self with a belt. But at the final stage, no, he will the elephant. He can use the elephant.
Also im höheren Zustand dann der Erleuchtung kann der Mönch den Elefanten nutzen, das heißt, das höhere Selbst kann dann sozusagen das normale Selbst, den Körper mit den ganzen Energiesystemen so nutzen, wie es gedacht ist, als in dem gereinigten oder purifizierten oder erleuchtenden Zustand. Und er hat auch erklärt, dass der Monkey Mind sozusagen dann immer heller wird und sozusagen in die Akasha-Chronik eingeht. Das heißt, wir haben dann alles, eigentlich haben wir dann das ganze Wissen von der Akasha-Chronik zur Verfügung.
This point also will be very clear when we're speaking about the three corps or three worlds. Okay. Here, a very important idea. We're going to speak about it. The meaning of double nature of man as a matter and soul. All of this point in this lecture is made for one reason: to have the ability to understand your true nature. With logic, with geometric, with figure, with energy lines, with every possible ways. And this concept is very important. Here we have the spirit. We have the main soul. The main soul gives an order to the higher soul or the higher self. So we have spirit, we have the higher self. And the higher self gives the order to the self. And the self finally, as a microcosmic path, we're going to change matter. So we have orders. First is spirit, the higher spirit, the old spirit. This spirit gives the order to the higher self. And then the higher self we're going to give the order to the self. And the self finally, we're going to change the matter. Ancient ways, ancient tradition, we do not have this way, have this pattern. we have the reverse path. In the reverse path, the self will going to see the higher soul. The self will going to communicate with higher soul. And when you reach a true conversation with your higher self, you are going to reach the old spirits. Spirit of earth, spirit of cosmos, spirit of universe. In this way, the change will not going to be a microcosmic. It will be a macrocosmic. An example. Now I'm going to communicate with someone. I'm not going to communicate with someone directly. I'm going to communicate with this one with higher self. My higher self. We're going to talk to his higher self. And if his higher self cannot communicate with me, I'm going to communicate with something more higher. And this higher is spirit. So, when I became in the center of Ireland, when I became in the center of Strasbourg, and have the ability to give a general message to everyone, or a general message to divine process, a divine level. In this way, the change will be in the microcosmic process. This is a way of shamanic and Celtic ancient people. So they are not moving this cup from here to here with their hands. No, they are giving the order to the higher level. And the higher level will going to change the process itself, change the nature of water, make an earthquake, so the cup will be in this position. When we change the logic of speaking, when we change from making a direct change to indirect change, only then we're going to speak with spirit. Only
Hat das
then.
jemand verstanden?
Ja.
Ja, dann erzähl einmal.
Ja.
Also ich habe so aufgefasst, wenn ich sozusagen mit einem anderen spreche und ich merke, da kann ich nicht weiter, dann kann ich natürlich zum höheren Selbst bzw. zum Spirit gehen und damit das Umfeld so gestalten, dass das Problem gelöst wird. Sozusagen, wenn ich es nicht mit ihm lösen kann, dann kann ich es sozusagen über das Universum lösen.
Und hast du den Kreislauf verstanden, der einmal in die Richtung und in die andere Richtung geht?
Ja, das ist auch nur im Ansatz. Also das eine ist sozusagen, dass das Spirit kommuniziert eben auch über die Spirits mit meinem höheren Selbst und das mit meinem eigenen höheren Selbst zum normalen Selbst. Ja. Und das ist der normale Kreislauf, wie wir ihn eigentlich gewohnt sind. Und das andere ist aber sozusagen, wenn wir mit unserem normalen Selbst irgendwo in Kontakt treten zu unserer Seele, dann schafft man damit einen Zugang eigentlich zur höheren Seele, zum höheren Spirit. Und dann über diesen Spirit schaffen wir es zum universellen Spirit und mit dem in Kontakt treten.
Und dann verändert sich vom
Spirit her eben das Matter, das Umfeld.
For this reason, we have examples, or we have, according to history, a similarity in stories. The story of Horus is the same of Krishna, is the same of Jesus Christ, is the same of Mithra, is the same of all people who are saints or have a wonderful spiritual way. All of them have the same story. Why? Because here they're speaking with spirit language, not our language. Spirit language, not our language. For this reason, we have Schlossberg, we have Eggenberg, we have Calivarian, and we have a power So I will communicate with power. I will communicate with us. I'm going to communicate with the higher language. And this higher language has the ability to change everything. Okay. The self-elimination and nations through Slosberg and Kabbalah Tree of Life. This is also a very important note. In Kabbalah, and Kabbalah is actually a very ancient and esoteric mystic tradition of Judaism, speaking about Sephiris, or the spheres of creation, or ions of creation. And they think that this creation is made by a very wholeness and a powerful circles. These circles or Sephiris represent the advantage of God, or the meaning of God in different exams, different merits. At the top, we have Kether, and Kether means the free will. Kaisar, the king. Ein Sof, the power, the divine. And then we have Chokmah and Nabaha, understanding and wisdom. And this way called the path of flaming sword, which represents the way of illumination for the man in the universe, along with universal circuits, universal ions, universal gods. The same way is the same way also of Strasbourg. There is a clear similarity between the two paths, which represent the important paths of power and illumination. We have three important cells. We're going to speak about this, but I'm going to mention here. The most important three powerful denting in the man is here, here, and here. This process is the same. It's also like this. Looks like Orion, by the way. Three centers, and the power must have this path. From the root, the power, the primitive, to the feeling, emotion, until it reaches consciousness. Till it reaches consciousness. This is the way of the flaming sword, which is very, very close to Strasbourg. Okay, if you'd like to translate.
Das ein bisschen runter.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Also es ist, links ist eben der Baum der Kabbala, wo man ganz oben Kiefer hat er gesagt, Keter, das ist der freie Wille. Und diese ganz verschiedenen Kugeln, das sind die verschiedenen Emanationen Gottes, also die verschiedenen Arten, wie Gott sich manifestiert. Und das Gleiche haben wir im Prinzip beim Schlossberg, hat er uns das sozusagen aufgezeichnet. Das andere kann ich jetzt nicht mehr erinnern.
Und der Weg muss sozusagen immer gehen von der Wurzel, vom
Wurzelchakra,
Primitiven sozusagen, über das Herz zum Bewusstsein.
Ja, danke.
Das nannte er Weg des Schwertes.
Der Weg des Schwertes.
Das nannte er den Weg des Schwertes.
Den Weg des Schwertes.
Okay, let's go forward to this definition, which is actually related to the same idea, which we call it three corps, or three messengers of divine, death and immortality. Here we can find out that man is the temple of soul. Let us actually see what is written here. This is a very primitive, very important definition, as I mentioned at the first of the lecture. The three corpses. Corpse mean dead body. This meaning of this definition also can be three worms. You know, worms, parasites, worms or parasites. Yeah. are a deist psychological belief that demonic creatures live inside the human body. They think that. And they seek to hasten the death of their host. Host is a man, of course, with a human body. And these three supernatural parasites allegedly enter the person at the birth. Actually, at an important moment. When the newborn have his first breath. When he have his first breath, he has these three words. And reside in the three dantian, as I mentioned before, or the energy centers, respectively located within the head, the chest, and the abdomen. After the human host dies, they are freed from the body and become malevolent ghosts or worms of the covenant. But they are also divine messengers for immortality and initiation. The towers represent the three worms in this figure: leg, big, and the monk.
Big, and what's the left side?
The left, the big.
It's
uh,
big. And the
big,
Big,
yeah.
and in the
In the
middle is
middle?
the,
The middle is big.
yes, in the left side.
This is leg.
Leg, only a leg.
Only a leg with a beastie head.
Yes, okay, with the
And
beast
this
head.
is the wise man.
And these
This is
are the
wise.
three worms. Okay. Okay,
What
dann do
is these three worms?
short translation.
Okay.
Also diese Sanchis oder das Sanchang,
in
das
Taoism.
sind das sind in der taoistischen
In Taoism.
Im Taoismus sind das die drei Würmer beziehungsweise die drei dämonischen Kreaturen, die in dem menschlichen Körper leben. Und die bleiben im Wirt sozusagen bis zum Tod des Menschen. Und er hat dann erklärt, Toni hat erklärt, dass mit dem ersten Atemzug des Säuglings kommen diese drei Supernatural, diese Parasiten sozusagen in den Körper und bewohnen die drei Dantians, diese drei Energiezentren, die im Kopf, im Bewusstsein, im Herz, in der Brust und unterhalb des Nabels im Abdomen platziert sind. Und wenn der menschliche Körper stirbt, dann werden sie befreit und werden so eigentlich schlecht, Malevolente sind eigentlich eher schlechte Geister. Ne?
Mhm.
Ja.
Aber gleichzeitig sind sie auch, sie sind eigentlich also schlechtes wollend, aber gleichzeitig sind sie auch göttliche Boten für die Unsterblichkeit und für die Einweihung. Maybe I have a question. Why are they are on the other hand they don't want the good things. They are malevolent ghosts, but at the same time they are divine messengers.
Yes, they are divine messengers.
Yes.
They are like the beasts who need to be tamed.
Okay.
Like the elephant.
Gezähmt.
Die müssen alle gezähmt werden, genauso wie beim Elefanten. Das sind diese Energien, jetzt habe ich es verstanden, das sind diese Energien, mit denen wir umgehen lernen. Und das eine ist das Bein mit dem speziellen Kopf, mit den Hörnern, in der Mitte ist das Schwein und rechts ist der Mönch. Also die sind die verschiedenen Qualitäten, mit denen wir umgehen lernen, genauso wie der Elefant und mit dem Monkey Mind und so weiter.
Exactly. So, we have messengers. And those messengers have messages from God, from divine. And give us death or immortality. And record everything. Record sins, record bad stuff, and record good stuff. And wonderful and intelligent stuff. So, the real journey of man, the real transmutation is by taming this parasite. We have this parasite. this parasite here, which can give me hallucination or give me illumination. I have a parasite here, which can give me love and faith, or give me hatred and death. I have also a parasite in my stomach, which can give me power and health, or give me disease to be dead. Three corpse is a definition also related to Plato, or the Platonic soul. If we search for the Platonic soul, we can see that it consists of three parts, which are located in different regions of the body. We call the first the logos. The logos represent logic, the divine, the thinking, and is located in head and related to reason and regulation. And this is the highest part of the soul. Loves wisdom, think, and ideally rule the other two parts. The second is thymus, and the thymus in the middle, of course in the chest, and represent pride, anger, honor, or courage. The third is eros, and this eros located in the stomach and related to the one desire and the lowest and most primal part of the soul, and actually also related to subconscious. This is a very important note. The eros, which is primitive, related also to subconscious. So we can see here there is a relationship or a similarity between the East and the West at the same definition. Why? Okay, of course, please translate.
Ja, es ist im Osten und Westen eigentlich das gleiche System, so wie die drei Dantians mit, im Taoismus ist es auch, hat auch die platonische Seele die drei und die Unterteilung. Im Kopf ist es mit Verstand verbunden und es ist der höchste Teil der Seele. Es ist rational, liebt Weisheit, Denken und es sollte mit den anderen beiden Teilen verbunden sein. Der Thymus ist in der Brust und ist mit dem Spirit verbunden, dem mittleren Teil der Seele, und repräsentiert Gefühle sowie Ärger, Stolz, Ehre, Mut und es ist die Energie, die dem rationalen Teil gehorchen sollte, aber die Seele auch gegen Unordnung oder äußerliche Drohungen verteidigen sollte. Das dritte Eros ist im Bauchbereich und ist mit unseren Wünschen verbunden, unseren Wünschen, Begierden verbunden. Das niedrigste und primitivste Teil der Seele, die mit tieferen Wünschen, physischen Freuden, Hunger und Lust zu tun hat.
So here we're going to reach the last part of our lecture about meditation of elders, how elders actually do this by gathering all of these points in our lecture. Shamanic are not just a dance program. This program needs us to understand all of this stuff, all of these points, all of these parts which represent the true journey of enlightenment. To understand what shaman do, what Celtic do, he must go to ordeal, go to the way of death, be transmuted, transferred to light, to understand enlightenment, initiate the worm in his head, initiate the worm in his chest, initiate the worm in his abdomen. So it is a matter of a process, and the universe will help you. Just try to understand, just try to practice. The universe will going to help you by Schlossberg, by California, by the process of weather or the process of nature in this place, by the mountain of Steiermark, by the flooding of the river of Moor. This is the help of nature. This is the help of the universe, which is already a picture of heaven in the upper way, or the upper picture, or the upper side. So the upper side is helping you by putting the mountain and the river and the energy and the electrical wave and the magnetic wave. But you are the key, and you must understand the figure. You must understand how to manipulate this power, accept it, and try to ascend from the level of what? Of the self, to the level of higher self, to the level of spirit. This is the game. This is the program. This program have faith, should have faith. This faith could be Celtic. This faith could be a faith of the universe, of the grand architect with stars, or have faith of a religion. It's no problem. You must have faith. You can have a faith of a tree, no problem. Try to mix this faith, this pure emotion, with this evolution from lower self to the spirit. Actually, if you'd like to reach a shortcut, to understand the mechanism of magnetic and electrical wave, you should use the forbidden zone.
The forbidden
Forbidden zone.
zone.
The forbidden level. Forbidden level. The forbidden level, or forbidden places, or forbidden tools are the tools when the mathematicals or physicals law break. Physical law break. Like what? Like using fire. When I'm using fire, I'm using something have no shadow. Fire have no shadow. All of us have a shadow. Fire no. Celtic people, ancient people, the shamanic, use these wonderful forbidden tools like water, like mirror, like fire, like sound, like figures. Three important stuff, they are not from this matter. They are not from earth. Sound, sight, and smelling. Where is the source of voice? Voice is just vibration. Have no mass. Have nothing as a physical quantity to measure it. For this reason, we can find out that shamanic use this stuff. Stuff who have a magnetic field, stuff who have fire, stuff who have a reflect, like mirror. Mirror breaks the law of physical realm. Now I can see everything reflected twice in the mirror, like breaking our universe or reflecting our universe. This is a break of physical law. For example, in the salon and in Human Inner Horizon Association, we are using something like this technique. For example, we are using always the sound. Sound is very important. At the beginning of any meditation, I'm using sound once in the left ear, and once in the right ear. rotating it close to my ear, giving me a new vision of something different, of the voice of spirit. Also, we can use many techniques like magnets. Magnets is very important. And this practice actually can be used by us. This is a very powerful magnet. I'm putting this in my hand, and having this feeling of interaction, how they are coming close to each other and how it's trying to pull over. If I do this many times, but with a strong magnet, what will happen? This will going to organize the electric pulses in my body. We're going to magnetize my blood. And when blood magnetizes, the minerals in blood will going to give this signal to my chakras to be in the right way, in the right levels. Also, I can put these magnets here. This is very important. If you don't have any blood pressure or any other diseases and you'd like to have balance in your body, you can do this. Putting this here and putting this here by a bandage or a rope for 50 minutes or 20 minutes. And you will going to see the difference. You will balance, or you will feel this wonderful feeling of balance in your body. At the end of the lecture, I'd like to thank you a lot, and I hope that you enjoy it.
Just one question.
Of course.
If you take the magnets in the elbow, is the polarity of the magnets
Yes.
important?
This is north, this is south.
Should you use the same polarity in left and right?
It's a different polarity, like this.
Yeah.
They are different. And I'm going to put it here and second here. And this, it will change the magnetism circulation of your body. There is actually a specific point you can use the magnets. Here, this is very important, here. So you can have a necklace, something like this, with a magnetic field, and the elbow. Sometimes here, also give a very, very powerful results. I'm personally using in my knee and in my elbow. My knee and in my elbow. Any other question? Of course, I'd like to answer.
You put them with
But this test is more important actually. This practice is more important. Because this with time will going to give you a magnetic personality. You're going to have a personal magnetism. Of course, your question, sir. Sorry. Your question, sir.
Yes, you put them here and with a
Yes, with a bandage or with a robe or something
and
like
here
this.
also
And here also, yes.
and under your knees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And just magnets like
Just magnets.
to put
On the
them
knee outwards or inside the knee?
Here,
In the Kniekehle?
das war
Inside
vorne,
or
das war vor.
Here,
inside?
inside.
Yeah.
And here.
Outside.
outside.
Outside. Not in there.
Outside.
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 Another question. When you put them
Of course.
in the hands, does it matter which one you put where? Or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter at the first.
Okay,
At the first.
at first.
And then your hand will going to ask
First
the right
position.
polarity.
Got it.
But first,
It doesn't matter.
try to practice.
Yeah.
Because after practice, you're going to have intuition.
Mm.
You're going to have signals, you have signs. So first, begin with signs, and then you're going to practice it until you find the left one and the right one. Different, by the way.
It will show itself.
Yes,
Time.
and it's different from one to one.
Yeah.
For example,
Yes.
I'm using pendulum. Of course, we know the pendulum. The pendulum has three movements: turning to the right, turning to the left, and hesitation. Turning to the right is yes. Turning to the left is no. Hesitation means the pendulum telling me he don't know the message. For me, it's reverse. The right is no, and the left is yes. So it different from one to one, from energy to another energy.
And another question, how long have you do this?
About all meditation, 10 minutes,
10.
not more. Not more. This 10 minutes, gazing to the light of candle, 10 minutes maximum. Maximum. And drink a lot of water. Because actually, the man is made by water and sun and magnetism. That's it. Water, sun, and magnetism. This is what we call it the planet phase of the man. And we are trying to feed the planet layer of the man. There is a planet layer, there is an animal layer, there is an astral layer, there is an emotional layer, there is a spiritual layer. The planetarian is most important. For this reason, we must feed by sun and water. The most important, water and sun. Of course, if anyone have a disease, a severe disease like blood pressure or sugar, he must ask his doctor, because we are not making a replacement, you know. This is not a replacement treatment. It must be understood like this. And must ask his doctor before doing this practice.
Tony, another question, please. You told that the Schlossberg and the Moor and the Kalvarenberg, these are the points that are helping us in
Yes.
our evolution from consciousness.
Yes.
How to practice? To go to Schlossberg inside the cave and to feel, or
First
how
is
do you-
Schlossberg.
Yes, first the Schlossberg.
This is journey, and this journey must have phases. And the first phase is death. Death. Death, as all spiritual and mystic schools say it. The darkest night of soul. I like this expression a lot. I like this definition a lot because this is the truth. This is the source of initiation. You must be initiated. You must change your skin, change yourself to enlightened one. So you need a shamanic process. And this shamanic process will be in Schlossberg. This is number one. And then you will going to cross the river to see how the river gives you balance, power, spirit. You are going to reach Calivarium, and in Calivarium you are now have the ability to send your voice, to send the message. So from the Schlossberg to Calivarium. If you'd like to make something new or to master it, then you should go to Eggenberg. Eggenberg. Power in Schlossberg, emotion in Eggenberg, and wisdom in Eggenberg. Sorry. Power in Schlossberg, emotion in Calivarium, and wisdom in Eggenberg. That's it. This is a triangle. And there is another triangle. There's a lot of triangles actually across Europe. And you should visit the heads every time. If you are in Graz, then you should visit the heads. If we make the scope more higher, you're going to choose another mountains, another places, to have the power of this ley line. To have the power of this ley line.
Ja, du musst die Mundlampe und dann über die Mund kommst du ins Schlossberg. Du crossst die Mund, du musst über die Mund drüber. Ja, du musst zuerst durch das Tal des Todes, durch die dunkle Seele, dann kannst du entlang gehen, dann kriegst du diese Kraft und dann nur überkreuzt den und kommst zum Verlage.
Ich glaube, das ist die Meinung dazwischen.
Schlossberg
So first the Schlossberg,
Yeah.
and between
Calvary.
the points, on the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Schlossberg on the mountain, then Calvary, then on the mountain, and then Eckenberg.
And there is many ways to go to Schlossberg. But for me, the best way is by the stairs. Because this gives you the illumination or the ability to be transmuted once again. Special notes, because of course I'd like to speak about all notes. The hard magnet, the powerful magnet, is for your hand. The weak magnet is for healing. But do not use the powerful magnet here. Use the powerful magnet in your hand. Okay? This is very important. But the less powerful magnet, you can use it as a point here and here. And no sleeping with magnets. Don't sleep with magnets. It's 10 minutes and you must be awake. This is very important. Because when you're going to sleep, you are going to recall power and you cannot be conscious with it. This is not right. Everything you do it with conscious. This is very important.
And yeah, das kriegst du dann.
Another question.
Yes, please. The effect of the magnetism is to harmonize the power inside,
Yes.
the electromagnetic field, and the harmonized electromagnetic field is the basis for evolution of consciousness
With time.
with time.
Because with time, your body will going to be ready
Yes.
for accepting the resonance, the sound, the voice. Like anyone who enters a church. Someone can enter the church with a very high power, with faith, and someone is going to church just to, have a joy. What's the difference between both? First, he is fully magnetist because he initiates his heart, initiates the magnetic field of his heart. Second is not. But the second have another place which is related to his faith, related to his joy, and then he's going to be magnetist. So the magnetism is making you ready to accept this power, to be balanced with it, to be tuned with this power. In the matter of fact, if we'd like to speak about secrets, blood is a secret. Blood generated every, I think, 6 weeks, month and a half, I think. And the blood have a central. This central is spiritual center. The blood, as a red cells of blood, have no nucleus. Only the white cell have nucleus. But the red cell have no nucleus. This nucleus is a spiritual one. It's a hidden one. Hidden one. And this one is actually responsible for having the memory. So my memory is floating over my blood. And the blood is the carrier of all material, or elements, or minerals, to all cells of my body. So when I am using this magnet field, I am controlling these minerals, and I am controlling the behavior of the red cell. Red cell. Red cells, blood. Red cells, blood. So magnet here is representing a tool for balance, harmony, a tool for adjusting my magnetic field, and a tool of what? Of controlling minerals in my blood. Minerals in my blood. Nature gives us everything. Give us all keys, give us all secrets. Because always the truth is hidden in plain sight. In the front of us. The truth is hidden, but in the front of us at the same time. That's it.
But I think when we are in the nature, there are these magnets.
Yeah,
Because I can feel it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this kind of.
There is a lot of stones who have these magnets. And there is a lot of rockets and stones coming from space have this magnetism. And because of this magnetism become a holy stone. Why? Because magnetism is blessing. This is another secret. Magnetism in esoteric science or esoteric knowledge is a representation of blessing. You know blessing? Feeling of blessing, this is magnetism. And electricity is a representation of doing. So we have blessing, we have doing. We have blessing, we have doing.
It's like you get picture. It's like electromagnetic
Electromagnetic wave.
present wave.
Our chakra is made by electromagnetic wave. Our aura is electromagnetic. We have an aura, and this aura is made by electromagnetic wave. This represents the etheric body of our existence, etheric body of our presence. So I'm trying to define this etheric body. I'm trying to balance this etheric body. Any other question? Yes,
I
Marika?
have a question about the magnets.
Yeah,
So you said like 15, 20 minute maximum
maximum 50 minutes.
for every location, or is it specific to something?
50 minutes as a practice.
And for the knees?
For a knees also 10 minutes or
Okay.
50 minutes.
And then you do it like once a day,
3 times a week.
a week.
All practice, I do it in the salon. I do it in this way, in this schedule, because everything shouldn't take in a heavy way, or no, don't take anything in a heavy way. Everything should be in steps. So meditation of the light candle, the same, 10 minutes, 3 times a week. This magnets, 3 times a week, with maximum 10 minutes. And also we have a wonderful practice about sun gazing, about looking to the sun. But this should be in a minute or 2 minutes, not more, at 5 o'clock, at the dawn, at the early time, at 5 o'clock, you can actually try to see the sun having the power of it. Okay, another question?
You showed the triangle.
Yeah.
How long should we do this?
One time, then 2 times here and 2 times here, not more. Not more.
What's the frequency of this?
So 3, 3. That's it.
Doesn't matter the frequency.
I have another question, follow-up question.
Of course.
So if you do look in the candle, then you immediately do the magnetism, or
No.
you have break times between?
6 months.
What do you mean 6 months?
You need to do
You
this
do one
practice
thing.
for 6 months, 3 times a week,
the magnetism.
Yeah,
And what about the candle?
the same.
What is the time between? Let's say today I do look at the candle. It's the same day I also do the magnetism.
Yes, there's no
No
problem.
problem.
Choose 3 days in the week.
Okay.
It should be in appropriate time.
Okay.
This appropriate time will be at the 11 o'clock morning or 9 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock morning or 9 o'clock at night.
And should there be first magnetizing or and
Yes.
then looking in the candle?
You mean what
The
is
order.
what is
Yes.
the order of candle is the first.
The candle is always first.
Always the first.
Okay.
With music. Try to listen to some music. Wonderful
Okay.
music.
Yeah.
Just try to initiate yourself, to relax, and then you're going to the candle for 10 minutes
Okay.
with low music, not high music. And in this process of seeing the candle, you must be relaxed and try not to think in anything. And of course, a lot of thoughts will going to jump like a monkey mind. Don't resist it. This is a very, very great mistake we do in meditation. Do not resist the monkey mind. Let the monkey mind go away. Pass. If you resist it, you are creating another monkey mind. Don't resist.
You mean don't think when you say the monkey man. Don't think.
Yeah. Now I'm going to make meditation. Okay? Seeing the candle. After 20 seconds, this is the first phase. First monkey we're going to try to ask me, no, try to go left. Don't see that. What I'm doing in this sentence or in this circumstances. Okay, I'll say, okay, and smile. Within. Within. Another voice. What are you doing? You're hungry. Get up. Okay. So I let the monkey mind pass. I didn't resist it. I didn't communicate with it. I let the thought going from left to right, right to left. With time, you're going to have more asking, more questions. You are a bad person. You're doing this for your ego. You have no future. You're going to die. Everyone hates you. Two questions. Monkey mind is playing with me. So when monkey mind playing with me, actually it is not a monkey mind. It's what we call it elves, which Nicholas hold it in the chain in our lecture. This is the elves we're speaking about. Schlossberg giving us the ability to control these elves. The elf of anger, the elf of greed, the elf of hate. So when you have the voice, just calm down and concentrate on the candle, the light of the candle, and let the voice go away. With time, this voice will be, the voice will help you, the helper, not the voice who tests you. And in our meditation, we should reach this level. The level to change the voice from the voice of the test to the voice of the help.
Quickly back to the question before. So it can be done in like a setting. You start with the candle and then you go to the magnet.
First, I'm using this. I'm using the candle meditation. Then I'm taking rest.
Okay.
Maybe 10 minutes or something like this, and doing the magnetic field experience or the test for 10 minutes only, please.
In the
Not
beginning,
more.
only 10 minutes?
Yeah, not more.
Okay. Because you said
10
something like 15
maximum.
to 20.
Yeah.
That was the maximum.
Maximum,
Okay,
from
go
10 to 50, maximum.
15.
But of course, before the candle or before the magnetism, there is much important, something important than all of this, breathing. breathing. Actually, we do not breathe in the right way. Breathing is like this. The chair shouldn't be comfortable. This is a great mistake we do in meditation. We choose a wonderful comfort chair and no, it should be like this. And your back should be straight like this. Okay? We are squeezing the parasites. We are squeezing the worm. So we need to be conscious, we need to be powerful. Okay? Our hands, our leg like this. And then we're going to breathe in a square. It's very important. First, we inhale. And then we're going to stop our breath in our chests. And then we're going to exhale. And wait the same time to all air become out of my chest. So we have a square in breathing. Inhale and stop. Exhale and stop. This is, we call it a square of breathing. It's very important. So, and stop. And then, and stop again. We should repeat this way or this technique with about 10 times at the beginning. We use this 10 times, and then we are going to enter a candle meditation, and after candle meditation with 10 minutes we will use the magnet way or magnet practice 3 times a week, not more. Of course.
And the box breathing, it's the same time to inhale, wait, exhale, wait, at the same time? In the
Same
rotation?
time, yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's many schools like putting something like resonance or tone or rhythm, 371 or 3771. No, don't use numbers.
No.
It doesn't need any all of this stuff. Just inhale, stop, then exhale and stop. Use this for 10 times deeply, and then we're going to have a meditation with candle, something like a unique day or a unique time for soul. After this, you are practice your hands to understand magnetism, seeing the repulsion of soul or attraction of soul. Attract, repulse, repulse. Your hand will going to be like the winged spirit here. And in a different occasion, we using also sounds. I came close to the one who practice spirituality and trying to reach a more higher level, and then doing this. I can feel the pattern by my hand. So I can feel the pattern of the aura. This aura can accept or receive this power or not. Okay, of course.
Doesn't matter any frequency of the Gemini or?
Yes, there is actually a frequency table. I studied this frequency table with Rosicrucian. It was wonderful. And this table have all tones which can affect you. But I'm not going to make this stuff academic or complicated. So you can use gong, like Elizabeth do. It's wonderful. You have the feeling or have this powerful frequency, or using a bell like this. Try to listen to the voice first. Feel the voice first. Don't try to be limited with a special frequency, 3, 3, 4, or 2 to 5, and all of this stuff. No. Taste music first. And then use. Okay. So you're a professional. You test us.
That's why the question.
Yeah. I'm speaking first about the beginner. For you, I know that you are a professional, so it will be different in this case. In this case, we should discuss it after lecture. Okay, another question, please. Okay, that's it. Drink the water. Of course.
And should I start with this one?
Yes, sir.
One.
This I'm using this in sickness. When I feel I'm sick or I feel I'm weak. But
That's the practice.
But this practice with a great one, or with attraction one, high attraction, for practicing spirituality, or for practicing for more intuition.
Can I do both?
Excuse
at the
me?
same time, can I do both?
Yes, there is no
And
problem.
at the same day?
Yes.
I can just make and can also just
Yes, there is no problem. But not more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope you will enjoy the lecture. Until the next time.
Very interesting,
Thank you.
wonderful
Thank you.
lesson with a lot of new knowledge and with a big heart presentation. Thank you, Tony.
That's good.